some water because I forgot to have my water right here next to me. So is what it is. But good evening, everybody. Hopefully everybody's doing decent out there. Had some fantastic days. Day's been decent. Did some working. Dropped my boy, waiting on my wife. Dinner. Not sure exactly what it's gonna be. Piece of chicken. You know what I mean? One of the two. You know, it's typical thing. Typical Tuesday. Welcome to another Talk to Me Tuesday. Here with your boy James, aka Dad the Rapper, aka Dad the Nobody, aka James. So yeah, we here, we back. For Don't Be Stupid Part 2. If anybody out there that's interested in not being stupid anymore, or who consider themselves to be not stupid and wants to I don't know, get a little wiser. These are the words of the wise. These are the proverbs, the things that'll help your life go well and go better and get better. And the only way those things happen is through gaining knowledge and wisdom and understanding. And so I'm going to share some of that knowledge, wisdom, and understanding with you. We back in the book of Proverbs. I figure we might as well just go through, the whole book of Proverbs, because low key, honestly, y'all need it. I need it. So if that's the case, then we're going to go ahead and we're going to do that there. Demi, what's going on? Caught another one of these. Unfortunately, it's 1 a.m., so I'm going to sleep soon. No worries, man. I actually started a little bit later because I was out there driving for Lyft, trying to reach this ride challenge, man. So it wound up taking a little bit longer for me to get back home. And it was a little slower than I wanted it to be, man. So honestly, I would have been here for 6 o'clock. You know, I don't know if that's any better your time. We might get these going a little earlier, but you know, I mean, it is what it is for now. You know, and I got rad challenges like this during the week. If I get my boy dropped off, then I'm gonna try and I'm gonna try to get out there and get that money. You know what I mean? Because you know, it's hard out here in these streets. Alexander, what's going on? Elliot, what's going on? Like to game, what's happening with y'all? Hopefully y'all doing good. Y'all there, you know, come through, hang out with your boy. Not, no worries. Don't worry about it. Hey, appreciate it. I appreciate your support though, Demi. You know what I mean? Coming through and hanging out with me on these Tuesdays so we can talk, so we can learn about each other, so we can gain a little bit more wisdom, you know, get wiser over here, because that's what it's about. You know, we're supposed to sow into each other so that we can all get better and things like that. Managed to catch another one. I'm glad you managed to catch it too. Shout out to the folks that's coming through who I missed. JJ, what's happening over there? User with a bunch of numbers. Hope you're doing decent. Today, don't be stupid, you know, or tomorrow or the rest of your life. Where you get that is the wisdom we finna share right here in these proverbs. Finna give it to y'all straight. I even went so far as to get the ICB, which is Tay Lee Republican. You asking me, am I a Republican? I'm an American. I'm gonna try to catch the Friday rap too because it was very good. Georgia raps when I managed to watch one. Yeah, man. Also on Fridays, I've been doing been writing too. Doing a little freestyling it also, but doing some writing on the Fridays as well. I'm trying to release 52 songs next year, one for each week of the year. And I probably got like 15 done, probably like 40 something songs started. Probably at least half of those gonna probably be features, but we'll see. If they don't feature, I guess I got some extra writing that I got to do anyway. So, you know, we'll see. My bad, y'all. I needed a sip of water real quick. But let's get into making ourselves less stupid, y'all. Let's talk about it. Can you freestyle rap? JJ, hey, if you want to hear that, man, come back Friday, you know. And I got you 100% just for you. So I went as far and I got the ICB. For those of y'all that don't know or who read your Bible and maybe haven't seen this translation, the ICB is the International Children's Bible. Honestly, it's the most broken down, simple way to read the Bible if you're really trying to get some truth and get some understanding. So hopefully this is as broken down as anybody could possibly need the Bible to be. And if you read it on your own and the NIV or the NLT just so happen to be a little bit too complicated for you, ICB is where it's at. You know what I mean? I'm not that smart, so I like to read the children's Bible because, it's simple. And I'm a simple guy, simple Jack. All right, cool. So this chapter 1 just talks about why Proverbs is important, at least this first part right here. So these are the wise words of Solomon, son of David, and Solomon was the king of Israel. All right, so let's get y'all some good wisdom and get me some good wisdom so that we can learn and grow together. Okay, guys? And Demi, appreciate you saying you be listening to those too. All right, so they teach wisdom and self-control and give understanding. You're talking about Proverbs. They will teach you how to be wise and self-controlled. They will teach you what is honest and fair and right. They give the ability to think to those with little knowledge. They give knowledge and good sense to the young. Wise people should also listen to them and learn even more. So if you're wise, learn some more. And if you're young, this is going to be some good insight for you. So listen close. JJ, appreciate the likes, bro. Even they can find good advice in these words. And they're talking about the wise people. All right, so then they will be able to understand wise words and stories. They will understand the words of the wise. They will understand the words of the wise men and their riddles. Knowledge begins with respect for the Lord, but foolish people hate wisdom and discipline. So if you hate wisdom, you hate discipline, hate to break it to you, that makes you a fool. But you don't have to stay a fool, because you can listen to some of these words of the wise we finna share right here. And this is going to help you out. Okay, guys? So listen up. So warning against evil says, my child, it's you and it's me. Listen to your father's teaching. Do not forget your mother's advice. Their teaching will beautify your life. It will be like flowers in your hair or a chain around your neck. My child, sinners will try and lead you into sin, but do not follow them. Listen closely, guys. They might say, come with us. Let's ambush and kill someone. Let's attack some harmless person just for fun. Let's swallow them alive as death does. Let's swallow them whole as the grave does. We will take all kinds of valuable things. We will fill our houses with what we steal. Come join us. Somebody might say something like this to you, okay? And we will share with you what we steal. My child, again, talking to all of us, right? Do not go along with them. Do not do what they do. They will run to do evil. They are quick to kill. It is useless to spread out a net right where the birds can see it. Now that's some random, obvious good stuff right there. That verse 17, it says it is useless to spread out a net right where the birds can see it. And that's because if you spread a net right where the birds see it, guess what the bird's not going to do? They're not going to go into the net, because they already see the trap. They see what you got laid for them. They see they see their demise if they go to what they already seen, right? And that's the same thing that they're trying to reiterate to you and to me by saying not to go with these foolish people who plot and want to do evil and wicked things and will come to you and even ask you to do some of these crazy things. That's not to say you haven't done anything crazy or foolish, because I've done crazy and foolish things, stuff that I'm ashamed of doing and saying. But I also didn't know what these proverbs were at the time when I was doing these crazy things. Said, I want to follow them. It's a lesson everyone learns. Oh, I won't follow them. My bad. Yeah. No, hey, look, either you learn the easy way or you learn the hard way. That's the only two ways. See, I nearly fell for someone evil. They had crazy ideas, and I'm glad it's over. Yeah, man. I remember, bro, this just jogged my memory with a story, right? hopefully y'all don't mind this brief interjection. But I remember when I was younger, I don't know, maybe let's say somewhere around 17. And I remember I met this dude who was like a scammer or something. And so the idea that he had was like they write checks and all you had to do was give them like your bank account and a PIN, and they would deposit the check into your account and y'all split the money or something like that. I don't know. In hindsight, like listen to this story out loud right now, it just sounds completely stupid. Like what kind of idiot would fall for this? But the thing is that like predators are preying on your naivety. So if you don't know the game or you don't know what's going on, this is how you get lured into it, because it's appealing the potential of gaining money without doing anything for it, right? And so I remember sitting in the car with him, and like I was on the cusp of actually giving him my information. And I was just always kind of a little bit more reserved and hesitant than maybe I need to be about certain situations. But this actually played in my favor here, right? And so I remember being like right there, like, man, I was just about to give it to him. And I was just like, you know what? Like, nah, he was like, come on, man. Like, bro, like you really finna turn down this money and stuff like that. And I was like, yeah, like, nah, like, I'm good, man. Like, I don't know. It just seemed like too much risk, because I realized like, okay, if I do this, I could get this money. But then on the back end, I realized like, dang, but if I get caught, then I'm in trouble. You know what I mean? Like, I know the police gonna get involved. Now I'm going to jail. I'm going to prison or whatever it is for fraud or something like that. And I remember sitting in that parking lot. We was at a McDonald's parking lot on the west side of Chicago. I remember it well. And that McDonald's still there to this day. And I remember sitting in my car like, man, like, did I blow it? Like, did I make a mistake? And interestingly enough, in hindsight, I had some family members who got caught up in some fraudulent check activities, and they all got arrested. And some of them got out, and some of them went to jail for quite a long time. So sound like I dodged a bullet there. So I'm glad I didn't do that. Let me see. Reminds me of my grandma when I was sorry to read the one before. It says scammers are everywhere. Yep. Yeah. Reminds me of my grandma when people pretended to be the bank and scammed her. Yeah, bro, scammers is everywhere. And they took all of her money and tried to turn it on. Dang, man. Sorry that happened to your grandma, bro. Like, it's crazy, but like, bro, people will try to get you, man. Like everybody, I'm sure y'all done heard of that prince in Africa or whatever who be out there trying to send people messages so that they can all you got to do is send them a few $1,000s so they can give you this inheritance money that you've been missing out on from your long lost relative. Yeah, don't fall for that one either. Gabby, what's going on? Appreciate you coming through. Charles King's Pass. I mean, I realize a lot of these people gone, but still, you know what I mean? If I see the name, man, I'm gonna shout it out anyway. Some people are heartless. Yeah, bro. I know that story. Her, yeah, man. Everybody's seen that one. You get them emails. So let's continue, guys. We right here on 18. It says these men are setting their own trap. They will only catch themselves. Referring back to the verse before where you spread the net out in front of the birds already, right? And says these men are setting their own trap. They will only catch themselves. All greedy people end up this way. Greed takes away the life of the greedy person. I mean, I know that from experience. It's so easy to be greedy, and it's also easy not to, right? Because the difference between greed and not greed is yes and no. But the appeal of having more is stronger than the appeal of having less. I think that's obvious though, right? And I've been greedy, to my own detriment. And so I only say that to say, like, not just the obvious of don't be greedy, but be careful, because there's grief on the back end of greed. You know, sometimes people are greedy and it seems like it's to their benefit, and it works out sometimes, right? But it's a detriment. That's why the Bible talks about the love of money being the root of all evil. So don't be in love with money. Be content with what you have or what you don't have. All right. Just a little word of advice. So wisdom speaks. Let's get some more wisdom real quick, guys. Um, Wisdom is like a good woman who shouts in the streets. She raises her voice in the city squares. She cries out in the noisy street. She makes her speech at the city gates. You foolish people, how long will you stay foolish? How long will you make fun of wisdom? How long will you hate knowledge? Listen when I correct you. This is wisdom talking. I will tell you what's in my heart. I will tell you what I am thinking. I called, but you refused to listen. I held out my hand, but you paid no attention. You did not follow my advice. You did not want me to correct you. So I will laugh when you are in trouble, and I will make fun when disaster happens to you. This is wisdom, because sometimes people get insight, right? They get advice, they get understanding, and they ignore it. I got a friend of mine that I've given some, I believe, is some sound advice. He's concurred that the advice that I've given him is good, sound advice, but he's continuing to do his own thing, and it's turning out to be to his detriment. And so I'm still hoping for him, I'm still praying for him. Actually, I need to send him this first chapter of Proverbs, honestly, if I'm being completely transparent, because like I know he hasn't read this yet, and I'm sharing it with y'all, but we all need this. So I don't think you follow me on these two platforms, so I'll send that to him too. But says I called to you and you refused to listen. No, I'm sorry, I'm going behind. So 26, we'll start there again. So I will laugh when you are in trouble. I will make fun when disaster happens to you. Disaster will overtake you like a storm. Trouble will strike you like a whirlwind. Pain and trouble will overwhelm you. Again, reiterating that it's nothing but bad things that come your way when you ignore and neglect wisdom as she calls out to you in order to give you insight and understanding. Don't reject that kind of thing, because it's important that you gain wisdom and understanding. And this is going to be another proverb somewhere else further on in the lesson, but because you have to gain understanding, even if it costs you all the days of your life. Gain wisdom, seek understanding, because it's that valuable and that precious, and a lot of people don't have it. Pray to God for understanding, who will give you wisdom and understanding if you sincerely ask him for it. He graciously will give you wisdom and understanding if you ask him for it. I remember this was a prayer on my prayer list for a long time. And I don't know, it sounds kind of crazy to say out loud that I think God actually gave me wisdom, or gave me wisdom and made me wiser out loud. But like, real talk and low key, like, that's exactly what happened. I feel as though I'm much wiser since praying and asking God and reading his word and stuff like that, so that I can share that wisdom with others. Because there's a back end to learning and wisdom and understanding, which I believe it talks about in the book of Ecclesiastic, where there's some grief involved as well. Because the more wisdom and understanding you have, the more burdensome certain things and aspects of life are. So be warned, but it's better to have than not to have. Don't be foolish for the sake of not being burdened by the truth. Okay, just want to put that out there. 28. Then you will call out to me. It's talking about wisdom again. Then you will call out to me, but I will not answer. You will look for me, but you will not find me. You rejected knowledge. You did not choose to respect the Lord. You did not accept my advice. You rejected correction, so you will get what you deserve. This is if you don't accept wisdom, because everybody wants to accept it on the back end, right? They want to show up and say, I need wisdom, I need help, especially when we get in a tough situation. I done been in situations where I done been, in a jam. And the one time I got arrested, I remember sitting there praying to God, saying, if you just get me out of this, I promise I'll go back to church. Probably going to turn my life around and do all these great things or whatever, right? Now, eventually that wound up happening, but it didn't happen at first. Adri, what's going on? Jordan, what's going on? Gabby, what's going on? Zapphire, what's going on? Hopefully y'all doing good. If so, let me know in the comments. Scale of 1 to 10. How you doing today? Anything below a 7, and we're gonna stop for a second. We're gonna talk about it. But anything above, kudos to you. You are beating out most people in the world. Hope that you continue to have a great day. But drop that down in the comments or in the chat, okay? I would appreciate it. I genuinely am asking because I genuinely want to know. And so, if you would. All right, so says, so you will get what you deserve. You will get what you planned for others. This is wisdom saying that you will get what you deserve, and what you'll wind up reaping the thing that you had planned for the bad you planned for the other people, right? Fools wander away and get killed. I mean, they wander away from wisdom and knowledge and get themselves killed. 1, they are destroyed because they do not care. But those who listen to me, to wisdom, will live in safety. They will be safe without fear of being hurt. And this is why you listen to wisdom and understanding, because you want to be safe. You don't want to be hurt. You don't want bad things to come your way because you're out in the world acting and behaving foolishly. Trust me, I'm an expert at being a fool. I'm an expert at messing stuff up, acting stupid, doing stuff I ain't supposed to. I got the t-shirt, the coffee mug, and all that. But the reality is, in our heart of hearts, we don't desire to be hurt. We enjoy safety and comfort. And so if that's the case, seek wisdom, seek understanding. Do not let these things escape you. So cool. We made it to the end of chapter 1. I think we can get through chapter 2 so that this won't have to be a 30-something week thing, and get you guys and myself some more wisdom and insight. I've been going through Proverbs for the last few weeks. So, I mean, let's go to 2. Let's do it. The rewards of wisdom. This is what everybody who's listening has been waiting for. The rewards. My child, you and me, believe what I say and remember what I command you. Listen to wisdom. Try with all your heart to gain understanding. Cry out for wisdom. Beg for understanding. Search for it as you would for silver. Hunt for it like hidden treasure. Then you will understand what it means to respect the Lord. Then you will begin to know God. So this is again harping on that same point that we've been making, is knowledge and respect is something you should seek out no matter what. No matter what's going on in your life, no matter what's happening, no matter what you're struggling with, no matter what you're going through, no matter what the problems are. Through wisdom and understanding, it can make any and every situation better. And the wisdom and understanding comes from the Lord. It is the beginning of knowing God. So seek wisdom, seek understanding so that you don't go around being stupid and a fool. sparkling piss water. Heard. From what's that place? From Lake Minnetonka. What's going on? Hopefully you're doing decent out there, sparkling. Let me know how you're doing there in the comments, in the chat, scale of 1 to 10. Anything below a 7, and we'll chat about it. We'll take some time. We'll stop and see how you're doing personally. Anything above, you know what I mean? Hey, if you want to share the positivity as far as what's going on, what's happening in your day, then you could do that too. Love to hear it. That's a genuine, sincere comment right there. Or you could just, stick around, be a fly on the wall, telling people how not to be stupid by giving them wisdom and understanding straight from the word of God, straight from Proverbs. If you've never heard that book, if you've never seen the book of Proverbs, I would encourage you to do so. We're reading it from the ICB, which is the International Children's Bible, which is broken down in layman's terms so that there's no barrier as far as communication goes and things like that. So right now we're here on TikTok, YouTube. That's why you got the 2 mics right here and doing the John Cena. You can't see me. You know what I mean? And we're going to keep it going. So if you stick around, cool. All right. So yes, verse 6 in chapter 2, right? It says, only the Lord gives wisdom. Knowledge and understanding come from him. He stores up wisdom for those who are honest, which means, be honest so that God will be gracious and give you that wisdom and knowledge that you need. He stores up wisdom for those who are honest. Like a shield, he protects those who are innocent. He guards those who are fair to others, and he protects those who are loyal to him. There's 2 lessons right there. Be fair to others and be loyal to God. Verse 9. Then you will understand what is honest and fair and right. You will understand what is good to do. You will have wisdom in your heart, and knowledge will be pleasing to you. Good sense will protect you. Understanding will guard you. It will keep you from doing evil. This is part of the point or the reason as to why you want to gain wisdom and understanding is because it will keep you from doing evil. Because as we talked about in chapter 1, you're going to be tempted to do things that you ought not do, right? Gabby and what? What's going on? What? No, I'm just kidding. Hopefully you're doing decent out there. Let me know how you're doing in the comments. Scale of 1 to 10, anything below a 7, and we'll chop it up. We'll take a break and just see how you're doing personally. All right. So such people, I'm sorry. It will keep you from doing evil. It will save you from people whose words are bad. Such people do not do what is right. They do what is evil. They enjoy doing wrong. They are happy to do what is crooked and evil. They are happy to do what is crooked and evil. What they do is wrong. Their ways are dishonest. It will save you, talking about wisdom and understanding, it will save you from the unfaithful wife who tries to lead you into adultery with pleasing words. Such women leave the husbands they married to when they were young. They forget the promise they made before God and witnesses. If you go to her house, you are on your way to death. What she does leads to death. The adulterer. What she does will lead you to death. No one who goes to her comes back. He will not continue to live. But wisdom will help you be a good person. It will help you to do what is right. Those who are honest will stay in the land. Those who are innocent will remain in it. But evil people will be removed from the land, and the unfaithful will be thrown out of it. I mean, hey, it all depends on whether you want to be a good person or not. That's really what it's going to come down to. If you want to be a good person, stay in. If you want to be a good person, seek wisdom. Wisdom will help you be good, right? Help you do the right thing. Or you could be a bad person. You could ignore wisdom You can act like you have zero understanding, like God didn't give you any sense, anything like that. Oh, I put that in upside down. I thought that I wouldn't get no audio over there. But we all know that's not true. I mean, you don't have all the wisdom, you don't have all the understanding and stuff like that, but like God gave everybody enough wisdom and understanding to kind of have a sense due to their conscience of what's right, what's wrong, what they should and shouldn't do, right? So, with that being the case, there's no excuse for you, okay? All right, bang, I said it. There it is. So, that right there, that's Proverbs chapter 1 and 2. Again, we was reading from the ICB, the International Children's Bible, so that it could be as simple and as plain as possible so that you can get the wisdom, so you can get the understanding right up in here in the cranium. And hopefully it was helpful and valuable to those who stuck around and listened and got a little insight or whatnot from the scriptures. Great. And for those that didn't, apologies. Maybe I didn't make it clear enough for you specifically. But you can go and you can read it for yourself. It's Proverbs chapter 1 Proverbs chapter 1 and 2 in the ICB, International Children's Bible. It'll give you the wisdom and insight that you're looking for, so that you don't be stupid. You know, that's the whole goal of this thing. So that you be a little less stupid, I'll be a little less stupid, you be a little more wise, I'll be a little more wise. And we can learn and grow together. So I think we'll do a part 3. There's plenty more Proverbs here. And I just want to make sure that this wisdom get out there. You know what I mean? Maybe this will help you. And if it helps only one person, that's cool. So with that being said, I guess that's it for the live, guys. We're going to be back We're going to be back this Friday for Freestyle Friday. I'm working on some songs. I got like 14, 15 songs completely done. I'm working on 52 for next year. I know I have another 40 something started. Some of them I already got a verse to, some of them got hooks to only. I don't know. I don't know which song I'll be working on specifically on Friday. I am going to make this ridiculous oath right now that I'm going to at least have one more of those songs done by Friday. Why? Because I don't know, progress, time is short. Life is short. So we're going to get there. With that being said, I am out of here. It's your boy, James, a.k.a. Dad the Rapper, a.k.a. Dad the Nobody. And thank you and appreciate everybody who came through and spent some time. Love y'all. Have a great evening. Enjoy dinner. Enjoy your families. Peace.